If I was to live in 1919 or 1937, having this astrofinance channel as I'm sharing you now to prepare you for the upcoming events, back then I would tell you that this is a war to start by 1-2 years ahead, when things seems to be a little bit of normal and stable. I would recommend you to not invest in real estate and to take care of your properties, and even to move to another country, because probably it will not exist or be worthy something. We are in a very similar moment now, because according to the cycles of astrology, what we are seeing is not very friendly and actually very big time invitation for change and huge transformation. In this video, I'm going to show you about the cycles of Saturn and Pluto, and to give you a sort of a sense what happened each time Saturn opposed Pluto, or Saturn squared Pluto, or when Saturn conjuncted Pluto. I will not go with all those examples. I will give you the main one. You could do the research by yourself if it's very interesting you, and you will see with me what I'm projecting to happen already toward the end of this year, 2019, and toward 2021. A lot of things are going to be different. And all what we are having now, all the transit that I'm sharing, and always inserting some extra details even when speaking on the stock market or cryptocurrency, to help you also to get aligned with the energy that we are facing now. I'm recording this video in January 28, 2019. And very interestingly, in February 2019, we are having, with different aspects in sky, a possibility to have a better outlook to how the future is going to be looked like. And this is Aquarius time, and we must to use this ability to see the new world ahead and maybe to take some actions in regard. Also, as recording this video and toward all February, all planets in sky are going forward, and this is a very significant timing that we need to use. I said already since 1.5 years ago, since started the channel, that a very worrying timing I'm seeing ahead between March to May 2019, and this is just a very important crack to what I want to share with you in a moment in this video. Another important fact that I would like you just to give you a little bit of preparation, not will be completely included in this video, is about Uranus, that is in last degree of Aries, and this is a very important degree. The 29 degrees of Uranus is the timing of transformation, and Uranus impulses us, is urging us to do the last course of its mission, meaning to protest and to ask for rights. And we see it's increasing in all worldwide, and it's going during February to be crazy. This is the last chance of Uranus to do this protest, violent move to help citizen people, individuals to express their anger. Still, we are in a very difficult period because a lot of planets and Pluto and Saturn are in Capricorn, so the manipulation and the restriction of government is very much against. So it's like people against the wall. Finally, the wall will fall, but it's going to be very painful, probably in the way, and inevitable. The changes and the need for people to push, because without pushing, anyhow, another disaster will come. Nature will push us as well. And we see, and we will see in many places in the world by the upcoming month, as from now, during February 2019, we're going to see a lot of natural disasters. It's all about alerts. So what would you do if I would tell you to sell your home now, or as in 1919 or 1927, or even not to sell your home, but start thinking what's best for you to be safe? Being safe, North Node right now for the upcoming 1.5 years is in Cancer. And this is the focus that we need to focus on basic needs, okay? So, of course, every individual has a specific destiny. Not all will suffer. It's not the end of the world. It's not the Armageddon timing. And we saw already in our modern history a lot of destruction and construction on the same time. And people need to navigate through all of those. So if you are behaving so far like a sheep, doing and living in the way that the collective is asking you to do, and due to so many needs, maybe this is the timing this month to wake up to your life. Okay, so we are speaking Pluto-Saturn aspects, and I want to start right with you with the basic events that happened that some of us really learned about it, know about it, or remember it. August 1947, Pluto conjuncted Saturn in Leo. In a moment, we will see what happened when many events, probably you already guess. In August 73, Saturn was in Cancer, squared Pluto, that was in Libra. And this was a square, of course. And you may remember, or I will remind you, what happened. In October 2001, Pluto and Saturn was in opposition, Libra and Aries. It was in 13 degrees. I'll show you what happened around this timing. In January 2020, Pluto will conjunct Saturn in Capricorn in 22 degrees. So I'll show you what may happen, and will speak with you more in the upcoming months to prepare all of us to what may be unfold here. Usually Saturn-Pluto aspects are a warring thing, and we need to be very much prepared. All Saturn-Pluto aspects are having a margin that is not happening exactly on that day. It may start few months before and to last after this 2 years almost. So we are really, if this January 2020 we are having this exact conjunction, we may consider that September is a very, very important month, and all the things that we may apply now and in next videos may start to happen. This February 2019 will give us a possibility to re-understand or to prepare really to what new world we are going to, and I'll show you in another video what best recommendation to consider to do. So in August 1947, Pluto conjuncted Saturn in Leo. Leo conjunction. We may understand that this is about a power and empires conquering and each one trying to control. What happened this time? The United Kingdom, as was an empire, decided to withdraw from the entire region of the Middle East and Asia, and in regard, it was a partition of India to Pakistan, and India both become independent, and you could read the history yourself. A year after, you see, it happened in August, and less than a year ago, after, in May 1948, Israel declared on a Jewish land, Israel, and an Arab-Israeli war just started and was very violent and was very important event in history. And you could see more what happened during the 47. In August 1973, Saturn squared Pluto in Libra. And what happened there, if you have already in memory, let's take some nice examples. First of all, it was the Yom Kippur War that surprisingly all Arab countries come to attack Israel. After the conjunction, we are getting the square, and then we see another culmination in the topic of what actually started and unfolded, and it was another trial here to defeat Israel, to delete it from the Middle East, and it was in Yom Kippur, which is the most religious day that no one is working, and it was a surprising war. You could also read about it to understand how serious it was. And it was between those timing, the oil embargo that, of course, was very difficult to economy. We had the Watergate scandal in 72, actually started already to unfold before this square to happen. Then we had the role of the United States in the Vietnam War that actually happened in 1973 to finish all this issue. And then we got another, after the square, we get opposition. And October 2001, Pluto opposed Saturn in Libra in 13 degrees. And we know what happened. And it was already an earthquake in India, Israeli-Palestinian conflict severely escalated. It was a transformation of the OAU into the AU, and September 11, of course, and the Afghan Taliban regime collapses, and China entry into the World Trade Organization, and this all very typical events to this opposition between Saturn and Pluto. Check in your chart what dramatically happened in your case, because sometimes you could see that these oppositions may also activate some good personal planets or other, and you could find yourself maybe even growing. But you see that in the world is changing the structure. Saturn is pretty much the karma here, and the teacher, and Pluto is the transformation. So together they are really changing the world. More times of Saturn Pluto squared we had in 1921. Mussolini, Stalin, Hitler, in all those timing came to power. And then another square happened in 1939, and of course we all know what happened. It was the end of a civil war in Spain, and the World War II just took power. So we are heading to the next event of Pluto-Saturn conjunction in Capricorn, 22 degrees. I told you it may start unfolding already from September this year, 2019. And who knows how things will escalate. So this is a very important timing. Check in your chart what you have around 22, 23 degrees. It will be a great transformation also in your life in different aspects according to what astrology is meaning. If you need a reading just to make sure that you are safe during those timing, or where or how best for you to be, maybe just book a reading. But this is something that is going to significant political dynamics changes, and we are start seeing some clues to what is get along with United States, China, Venezuela, and in other countries that will come into our news. And it's not going to be something simple, as always the news are producing to us some geopolitical events. It's going to be a big one. Capricorn refers to the structure, to our bone system. Without a strong bones, doesn't matter how much muscles or how beautiful skin you have. This is about how the things are built on, you know? Every building is needing to stand on a very stable foundation. And we are understanding here that the foundations are going to get transformed dramatically. And in order to this to happen, also nature will help to this transformation to occur. So all the status quo, even some poor countries that so far we call them no opportunities or poor, who knows? Suddenly we could find that Africa is a best place to live, or the United States that right now is ruling the world, being a sort of empire. All structure we are basing now, dollar, other things are going to be changed or forced to change by different events. Think about who would believe to an astrologer back in 1918 that a war is going to happen, or maybe it's better to sell or to move to somewhere else. People don't want to listen to sort of those unexpected or bad news, but we can just see how cycles are very much repeatable and always will play another accords, because it's not happening on the same signs. So the structure will be different, and it's definitely speaking here about the structure of the world, and it's also could speak about tectonic plates, because it's in a much general look is the structure of our world. And another very important event that may happen in 2020 is that after this activation to start, and we understand now that it may last for 1-2 years after this activation, even starting before, we are going to have Mars retrograded in Aries, and it will square both Saturn and Pluto conjunction. So it will take us to the main theme of the event that probably may start unfolding from September, who knows, maybe even August this year, 2019, and maybe it will be already a real official global war that may possible, and hopefully not. But if energy want to unfold something, whether it won't be bombs all over or nuclear or who knows, it also could be a massive eruptions of places that also will delete and will call us to rebuild a new sort of civilization. So with this, I will close this presentation. Hopefully we are all safe. We are looking forward to reality, what best for us, what's the next trend to be. Not to commit, I told you since the beginning of this year, not to take any more mortgages, not loans, very dangerous. If you are on a lack of budget now, decrease your needs, decrease your expenses as possible in order to move forward and to be on the safe side. Don't try to maintain this capitalistic point of view to be on the status quo of the theme. If it's needed, move from the city to another place, find another flexible work where you could bring benefit to the world by any different way, or to connect with different communities. And this is a time now, specifically as recording this video in Aquarius time, to look for new people, organization, communities, unions that aren't the theme that you are familiar right now, or that has been familiar so far. All the big Apple dreams, living in New York or living in another city center, is not going to be the safest place to be right now, honestly. Also, for the cost of living, and from another side, big threat to what may be unfold in such a hive that so many people are concentrated in one place. So until the next video, I wish to all of us great thought, amazing ideas, inspiration, to have the courage to look to the future with a better eyes. Everybody came to this life to bring here something, to realize something of his potential. And once you will use this call of yourself, you will arrive to the best place you should be at right now. Share this video. More people need to know about the Saturn-Pluto cycles. and how it's affected and may affect us. Next, also very important to look in your own natal chart to see what best chances or changes are there for you to go forward to a much better world. Bye for now.